Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Keith Cunningham. First ever video on my channel. And I got a good friend on this afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm going to introduce to you Guy Abrams. Go ahead and say hi to the crowd, Guy Abrams.
Hey, how y'all doing today? This is a great
Well,
day.
yeah, great day, great day. Uh, we actually do a lot of conversations in the mornings, and we have free time about issues, whether it be in our own community or national or international issues. We just give our take on it, and we would like to start off a video and have you write in the comment section. Once again, if you like the content or so the end of this video, please hit the like and subscribe button so we get a graph of how people feel about it, and we will be looking at your comments in the comment section. So please leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Okay, the topic we're going to talk to about today is called masked or unmasked. And we wanted people's thoughts on, is it infringing on your liberties or your rights being trampled upon by the mask mandates that they haven't set out by the Biden administration and local and state government. So we're going to start off by asking, what is your opinion? Are you yay, nay, or are you on the fence about whether or not these mandates are constitutional? I want to start off by asking you first, guy.
Okay. My opinion on it, I think with the situation being as it is, with the spread of the COVID, I think that's a yay and a nay because for one reason, I can understand people being a little uneasy about being forced to do anything. But in such a situation as we're living in right now with the COVID being such a very easily transmittable virus, I think it's definitely something that people should consider really taking that at heart of wearing a mask just for the very simple fact that some protection it does offer. I'm not going to say it offers 100%. No doctor can tell you that you can wear a mask and won't contract the virus. But the thing is, it gives you a lot of protection if you stay your distance and you keep a mask. You stay masked up. My thing is this: you have families right now. One member might be the sole provider. You might have two members. But the thing is, if you go somewhere and you're masked up and another person's being two or three people, just one, it only takes one person. But anyway, if you go in an environment where there's not mask up mandates and everyone's running around here without a mask on, you don't know who has the virus and who don't. It can be some asymptomatic people in the crowd. And next thing you know, 2, 3 days later, you come to find out you contracted it. Now you got a family to feed. So now you don't know whether you're gonna live or die, basically. That's just the truth. So now you got it. Now you got to also not only be concerned with you having it, now you got family members that might have contracted it. All
Well,
for not wearing a mask.
well, okay. I'm going to jump on the side of the people that feel that this is infringing on their rights. We do have the right to bear arms, freedom to religion, and there are also various different civil rights that we have. Would this fall in the category of infringing on somebody's rights? My question to you is this equal to, or is this on the same level of, say, I believe in all 50 states here that seat belts are required. And I don't see a lot of pushback on that because state, local, and federal agencies say that you have to do this for your safety. Not a lot of pushback. You have a right to either to wear a seatbelt or you don't, but there is consequences for it.
Exactly.
And my question to is this, do you have the right to tell somebody to protect themselves from the virus because if they, for health reasons or whatnot, they don't feel that they have the obligation to do it. Do you agree with that?
I'm gonna say I disagree with it because actually in my state, it is a law if you get pulled over without the seatbelt. You get ticket for it. There's a fine for that. Now, here's the next thing I want to point out. Whether I choose to wear a seatbelt or not, and it's just me, or it can be a passenger that seatbelt has a seatbelt on or not. I affect me. If I'm into a car wreck, say I get into a collision, that don't affect no one. That doesn't affect. I make it affect the other driver. What I'm saying, it doesn't affect the person like it would in this situation. Because for one, if I choose to wear a seatbelt when I get, let's just say I get fatally wounded from it, that's
Mm-hmm.
on me. Now, when I go out in public, if I'm walking around in public with a virus that's very highly contagious, and I don't choose to wear a mask, that's not just me I'm
But
affecting. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm
I
affecting
agree with
other
you on
people.
that. Yeah, you. It's more so. It's you're. It could be an isolated incident. Of course, you could hurt somebody,
Right.
and whether if you were inebriated or you're driving under the influence, but to be able to kill, you can't kill a group of people doing that. But to say that you could contaminate a whole auditorium full of people, yeah, there's a difference there.
Big
But
difference.
my question to you is, it's just my thoughts on this. And people in the comment section, you can maybe this analogy will help you understand my thoughts on it. There is a big, I know you've been able to see in the media, you might have seen the videos here on YouTube, where there is a big resistance or pushback for masks, whether it be in schools, whether it be mandated in businesses or social functions or sporting events. My question is, what is the difference between that being mandated as opposed to you, say, going to a construction site? And I know, I'm going to say 99% of them, whether it be a factory or a construction site or anything hazardous where you have overhead fall issues, and something may fall and hurt you, you are mandated to wear that hard hat before you're able to step on the premises. I would like to know, how is that different for a business or a government agency or a sporting event or anything where you have a large gathering of people and you run the risk of contaminating them? How is it different for you not to be mandated to wear a mask for not just your health, but let's put it into the perspective of that business is going to be liable if you walk in there and contaminate, or restaurant, let's add that in there. You walk in there and there's an outbreak. They can be liable for letting you in there without having the proper PPE, if you want to call it that. So I'd like to hear people's thoughts on that. I mean, would you agree with that, guy?
I agree with that 100%.
So I don't understand how that, if you're able to accept those restrictions on your, you can walk into a construction site if you want to, but while that is the restrictions on whether or not you can come in for any type of business, maybe to do a tour. Most companies, matter of fact, all of them require you to have some kind of protective gear for you. And then does that translate for you having a mask on, which protects you to a certain extent, but it does protect the other people. So is there a difference in that, or am I looking at that wrong?
No, I'm gonna touch on that again. I'm gonna liken that to I can think of back when there was a thing where you could smoke anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna liken it to secondhand smoke, but it's
I
just
got you. I got you.
I choose not to smoke because I choose not to smoke, but that don't mean the next person does. You see what I'm saying? If we
I
co-workers
agree.
and you's a heavy smoker and I'm not, then I have no problem with what you do, as long as it don't affect me. But the
Mm-hmm.
truth be told, when what I do affects you and what you do affects me, that's why I draw the line. there needs to be
Mhm.
restrictions on that. That's just like, again, with these mandates. I think they're very, at this time, with the increase of deaths and the spread of this virus here, the mandates I really think was a necessity, was a necessity for the very fact that you have a virus like this that's very, very easily transmitted. We're seeing this. So
Mhm.
anytime I walk into a public place unmasked, I know I stand a chance of contracting it, or spreading it if I have it. Same way if I smoked a cigarette all day long around individuals who didn't smoke, I have a chance of affecting their lungs just as bad as
That's.
mine.
I'm glad you brought that point up because I have no problem with smokers, and as much as the study is done as far as secondhand smoking, how harmful it can be to other people. So
Mhm.
I don't have a problem with saying I don't need to breathe or smoke. But those same people, and I'm just gonna throw that out there, those are the same people that have a problem with the mask. I'm
Exactly.
struggling to see how the difference is there. If you got a problem, if you can breathe secondhand smoke, then you breathing the same oxygen that person's putting out. So it's the same thing.
Right.
So do you mandate that when you smoke a cigarette you gotta have a mask on?
No, that
Would that be what I mean? Would that be fair to say that? Or if you
no,
breathe if you have a mask on, you need to be at least 10 feet from in front of the door. I think that's the law for most states. I don't see how you translate saying a mask is infringing on my rights when you tell a smoker who smokes and he accepts that, hey, I'm not trying to give you secondhand smoke. How is that different? How is that then a smoker then has the right to say it's my civil liberty to smoke anywhere I want?
right, right.
Same
I,
thing.
I think the thing is, the main issue here is when any individual choose to do something that affects another person. Now, if you smoking, you can always put some distance between you and that individual, whether you walk 6 feet from them. But they have designated areas also in most
Yeah,
places. There's
I agree
designated
with you.
areas, so we don't have the big issue with that. Here's the issue with this COVID, with this mask mandate. There is no designated area. You go where you want to go, whether you want to mask up or not. It's a choice you make. And it's an individual choice. Hey, I choose to mask up, I choose not to mask up. But in the process of you making these choices, you got to know something. Everybody, yes, even with smoking, doesn't get affected the same way. Everyone's body is different. That's just like I used to talk all the time with a brother, man. You can watch a guy who can sit there and drink all you want, all he want to drink. He doesn't come up with a liver disease. But then you got the other person can sit there and drink, and he got liver disease in 6 years. See, so all of
Mhm.
our, and so that's my thing is and just like with the COVID, you might have somebody walking around with asymptomatic, the virus doesn't even touch, give them a runny nose, and that's it.
Mhm.
But here, this other guy is dead in 7 days. So you got to make it make sense. You know, come on now. We dealing with a very contagious virus here, and we got a lot of selfish individuals. Here's what I'm gonna go to that because if you know that you're dealing with a virus like this that can affect your grandmom, your granddad, your children, why wouldn't you want to protect? And it's not a conspiracy. A lot of people are getting all this fake news out here. We're seeing these people that's getting affected with this virus. Some of them got lingering diseases that won't go away. They
I
losing
agree.
their taste and smells for who knows how long, having lung transplants, kidney failure. The virus is
Yeah.
nothing to play with. So I think it
Do
should
you?
be mandated. That's just my opinion. And I just, like I said, I liken it to a person that's really around someone. Like you said again, I'm gonna put it to the smoke thing. The setting is smoking over the years. It's not bothering them. It might not even bothering them, but it's going to bother the non-smoker. When he goes to see his doctor looks at his x-rays. You've been smoking for 10 years, and he has to tell his doctor, I've never smoked in my life. That's just being
Exactly.
exposed around it. Same thing.
Well, my thoughts on that is the amount of vitriol that non-smokers had towards smokers. I get that. But when it's transferred over to somebody wearing a mask for health reasons, I think they're the same thing.
Right.
But my point is, where is the line between civil liberties and public health? That's where I'm trying to find out how a mask that's used just like distancing yourself from secondhand smoke is a preventive measure. For this particular virus, a preventive measure for the smoker or the person that's carrying the disease is to wear a mask so you don't, per se, give them secondhand smoke or the virus. Same thing. I don't understand how those two are too far apart from what they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would like to know where do you draw the line as far as, okay, secondhand smoke can be harmful, but it's my right not to wear a mask and carry COVID-19.
Right.
I would love to hear people's thoughts on that. And with that in mind, we appreciate your time. Once again, we just starting out, pretty rough around the edges. So if you like what the content here or would like to make any kind of comment, please put it in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. And we appreciate your time. Once again, it's Guy Abrams, Keith Cunningham. Come back, check out our next post. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later. All right.